What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday over here. Bitcoin obviously not doing too much today, still underneath 26K. However, we are about to get the fourth weekly candle beneath the weekly 200 SMA. Is there any significance in that? We're going to take a look into that later in this video, how that could affect the overall crypto markets, a lot of the altcoins. But the main topic of this post will be mainly about Cardano, ADA, see what's going on in this market, why it has been trending downwards like it did. Could there be any potential for upside in the short term? Going to be taking a look into some upwards and downwards price targets, as well as some key price levels to be looking out for to go either direction. I am going to be sharing with you guys my personal sentiment and opinions on this market. So that's going to be later on this video. So stay for that later in this video. However, none of this is financial advice, and these are my personal opinions only. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I an elite trader of any sorts. Even though I am a profitable trader who's managed to keep most of my profits during the last bear markets, but I am looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into the charts. So currently we do have ADA USD, currently still at about 25 cents, a little above it, right? Not too much has happened with this market at all since the price action has came down to about 25 cents, right? This will be an update from my last post, and last post, I have drew out a few scenarios here. Okay, one scenario is it's a falling wedge pattern, right? I think that's probably more apparent on the lower time frames here. Right, it is more apparent on the 3-day time frame. Falling wedge patterns usually break out to the upside. Okay, it did. However, that is not a very strong break, right? So it is also not uncommon to see that price action breaks out of a falling wedge, forms some kind of double bottom outside of the pattern, outside of the breakout, which it looks like it is doing right now. Some possible bullish divergence here on this RSI, but really gotta be watching out for this, because if it actually breaks this double bottom, I think we could be looking at something else instead. Just gonna have to rechart that to make it look, like it's something more clean. Okay. Because right now, it's broken out of that falling wedge pattern, but if it actually breaks this double bottom pattern, it looks like we're gonna have to rechart this. Probably not going to make an estimate right now. I think it's still too early, right? So something to be looking out for. Right now, it's still, it's still above the breakouts. Okay. 25 cents. If it actually breaks that, I think we might have to rechart this. Let's take a look into the weekly time frame, right? So it's been on this downtrend for quite some time, right? It's been on this downtrend, at least on this little falling wedge here on this 3-day time frame, which is pretty long, even though it's on the 3-day time frame, right? But that's what the market's giving us right now. It's just a really boring market, very slow movements, right? In a bull market, 3-day time frames are actually pretty long, but I guess in a market like this, it's boring, it's long, and it's just gonna require a lot of patience. I, obviously, I would not want to be holding this downtrend. But what is going on in here, right? Since price action has, came up to about July, to about, this point at about 38, 39 cents area, it has been on this downtrend, right? Now, falling wedges are supposed to break to the upside. It did break. However, it is on a double bottom right now. It is also possible that we have a double bottom scenario here on this weekly time frame, right? As you guys can see, we got one bottom here for the week of June 12th. And then we have our second bottom right here, well, this week's candle, right? That is something to be also looking out for. So not only do you have a double bottom on the 3-day time frame out of that little breakout, but you also have a double bottom here on this weekly time frame. If it starts breaking 25 cents, then it's gonna start to not look good, right? Then we're gonna have to rechart this and see what's going on. It is possible that you can wick down, but I'm just gonna say, if I was in a position and I am coming from a perspective of a trader, I would be very cautious, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Now, let's take a look into some targets here, right? So we're gonna take a look into the upside price target for this double bottom here. Let me see if it would be more appropriate out of this one, out of this smaller falling wedge first, right? Because you really have to break out of this. You really have to reach the measure move of this smaller falling wedge in order to get to that bigger measure target. So let's take a measure move out of here first. That would be here, right? You take a opening measurement of the pattern, you're putting on top of the breakout point. That will give you about 34, 35 cents area. Let's see if you could get there, right? Some key price levels to be looking out for at about the 29 cents, 32 cents. Those are going to be your 3-day 21 and your 3-day 50 SMAs, respectively. Your blue line and your gray line right here. Weekly time frame, you're going to have your weekly 21 SMA, the blue line, at about 32 cents area. The 50 SMA, the gray line, which is at about the 34 cents area. Okay, that's going to be right about where that measure move is for that smaller falling wedge, right? Now, now measure moves are estimates only. It is not an automatic move to get there. It is an estimate, right? It could be over, under. Go and Google search measure moves, measure targets. It is public knowledge. So go ahead and verify for yourself. Now let's take a look into the monthly time frame, where the monthly 21 SMA is currently at about 50 cents, which is the blue line. So that's a little far away to even worry about it as resistance. What else? Daily moving averages, it's going to be ranging from, well, the daily 21 SMA, 26 cents area at the time of this recording. Daily 50 SMA, 28 cents area. Daily 200 SMA, 33 cents area. Okay, so it's going to be basically between the price action right now and the measured move. Some bullish divergence to be noted on this RSI on this weekly time frame as well, but it depends on what the market, how bearish the market is, right? If the market's really bearish, that makes a little difference. Okay, let's come to the monthly time frame as well. I want to point out that there is also a possible double bottom scenario as well. But let's just take it one step at a time. Okay, we're gonna take a look into if that 3-day target play out of that smaller falling wedge up to about that 34, 35 cents area. And then we're going to take a look into the weekly time frame, and let's see if that plays out. And then before we come back to the monthly here. So let's just take it one step at a time here. Now, those are going to be some key price levels to be looking out for, where sell pressure might come in if the price action was to go upwards. Let's see. What else? So those are some key price levels, some key resistances that are very noticeable. You can also, if you want to be even more detailed, you can basically look into past trading history for past resistance here, right? Which we will do for support, because we don't have any major moving averages beneath the price action, so we can get more detail on the support side, right? But on the resistance side, the major moving averages to be noted. And then if you guys want to get more detailed, which I think you should, then especially if you're going to take profits, then you should really map out where the past resistances are as well, based on past trading history. what I like to do is come to at least the higher time frames here, right? At least on the weekly, in terms of just looking for resistance, right? Most of the time, okay, I can't say all of the time, but most of the time I would like to see a more consolidated view, and then if in some situations I'll go down a little further if I want to take profits on a lower time frame. But let's start here on the weekly time frame here. Some key price levels going down. Obviously, the first one will be 25 cents. Very close to price action right now. If it breaks it, that is not going to be a good sign, right? Next level down will be, I think, about 23-cent area coming from this wick right here. Let's come to the monthly time frame for a more consolidated view, right? So 25-cent area. Well, I think 25-cent area, that would include that 23 cents-ish wick. So 25 cents area here, it's basically near the all-time lows, at least based on this Coinbase chart. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. I think I'm probably gonna update this chart. Let me see if there's a Binance chart here with more data. I want to look. Okay. So we got 25 cents area. That's going to be the next key level of support. Next level down, it looks like it's going to be about 21, like about that 20 cents area, which would include like 19, 21. So about that 20 cents area would be the next level of key support, which makes sense. Rounded numbers. 25 cents area, 20 cents area will be the next level of key support if the price action was to continue downwards. Like I said, some bullish patterns to be paying attention to. Quite a bit of double bottoms on the higher time frames. Bullish divergence. Let's see if it plays out. I'm just gonna say, it's likely that it could play out, but there's always a chance, right? There's always a chance, and it's not absolutely right. There's no certainty in this market. So that's that. Now, let me give you guys my personal sentiment and opinions on this market. But before we do, if you guys have made it this far into this video and don't already have a Webull account, make sure to check out my referral link down below. They are still giving away free stocks valued up to $3,000. Terms and conditions do apply when you guys open an account and deposit $100 US. I will also get a referral bonus if you guys sign up using my referral link down below, so that directly supports my channel. I enjoyed using Webull as a exchange to trade both cryptos and stocks, but with any exchange, I would not put all or most of my money on any one exchange. I personally diversify my money across different exchanges, so in case one goes down, I don't get wrecked, right? So if that sounds like it's something that makes sense to you, check out my referral link down below. Get some free stocks if you guys are going to trade anyways. Let's take a look into Bitcoin here, because that will drive my opinion on a lot of these altcoins and the overall crypto markets as a whole. Bitcoin here, like I said, really trying to avoid this double top dump on this weekly time frame, right? We have a double top right here. On this weekly time frame, measure move down to about that 17K area. Very steep drop. Breaking point for me would be about that 24.7K. Weekly 50 SMA is coming up. Let's see what that does to the price action if it comes up to this rising channel pattern, which is the next scenario for Bitcoin, right? So the first scenario, this double top pattern breakdown, very bearish for the overall crypto markets. Second case scenario, if price action can actually reclaim quite a bit of these moving averages on these higher time frames, I would say about that 28K level is going to be pretty dense with resistance, right? With all the major moving averages above there. Just to name a few right here, the weekly 21 SMA, the blue line, the weekly 200 SMA, the orange line right here. So if it could actually reclaim that level and actually come all the way back up to about that 32K area, then things will start to look a lot more bullish for Bitcoin, because that completes this cup and handle pattern, right? And that is a much more bullish pattern than either of these two, which is the double top and the rising channel. Both are, usually breaks to the downside. Now, my overall sentiment on this market is still bullish until Bitcoin breaks this double top pattern. I am long and shorts on quite a bit of these altcoins, depending on their setup. Some shorts are, if some very small altcoins are breaking their all-time lows. So it really depends on their setup, right? I am not trading ADA at this moment, but if you guys want to continue seeing ADA, do leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and I will do a follow-up if enough of you guys want to see it. That's it for this post. I will do more posts for later today. See you guys later.